And all right, my love, it is time for the Strawberry Milk Podcast, episode 20. The
Ooh.
old TSMP with F and E, baby.
Oh, I like a lot of letters.
A lot of
A lot of
letters, a lot of
letters.
acronyms, a lot of rhymes,
Mm.
But we are here to discuss Hatin Part 2.
Part
The
2.
episode, so nice, at least for us, because I had a lot of fun filming it, that we have to do it twice. We didn't get through everything we wanted to talk about in the last episode, so we're going to kind of roll them over into this one. And is there anything that you would like to start off with, my love?
Mm.
Well, it doesn't have to be related to the topic, just anything you want to talk about.
Yeah. Our plans after this.
Oh, baby, yes. If you guys saw our TikTok yesterday, you will know that we are switching the schedule up a bit because we have a date.
We have a
Nice
date.
little, nice little small date. Gonna go see the Barbie movie directly
Barbie.
after this. It's
I'm
gonna
so
be pretty
excited.
nice.
I'm
I
so
hear a
excited.
lot of people are having like emotional experiences somehow. I wasn't really
I heard
expecting
that.
that.
I heard that this movie is for the girls.
Well, it's Barbie, of course it'd be for
I
the
know, but
girl,
I'm excited.
but it's for anybody that can identify with whatever is going on in the movie.
Mm.
You know, not everything has to be polarized, babe.
My God.
Sound like your father.
Gag.
But anyway, get some stuff out of the way real quick. Gonna thank everybody that's listening to us, everybody that's following us, everybody that's supporting us in some way, shape, or form. Please make sure that you follow us here on Spotify, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on TikTok. I like getting all the housekeeping stuff out of the way
Yeah.
because I forget to do it at the end. But anyway, we're gonna jump right into the first topic now. If you guys are around my age, the ancient age of 25, you might remember a time where things weren't so simple. Your pants were always a bit too long for the types of shoes that you had for some reason. And your socks, well, we only had one type of sock.
Yeah.
The long crew cut sock, man. You had to make your own ankle socks. You had to make your own no-show
You could have
socks.
just bought ankle socks.
No, ankle socks weren't really like a widespread thing for a while,
Yeah,
my
they
dear. No,
were.
they weren't. I swear to God. My love, if they were, then why does everyone have the same experience of relating to the making your own ankle sock meme?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's because you're too young. Youngins out here don't remember what
Jesus.
it was like in the trenches, babe.
Jesus. In the trenches.
Or you're out here having Vans and you have to have long ass socks and shorts and it's hot as fuck outside. But anyway, you know what I would hate?
Hmm.
The few times it would actually rain and the very bottom of your pant cuff would get wet. That would like ruin my whole day
Yeah,
because
I hated that.
like it would somehow suck, right? Like you'd be walking to school or you'd be like walking around, right? And you'd see like a small amount of water. You're like, there's no way this puddle could be that deep. And then you take a step into it, and either the water goes over your canvas cloth shoe
Ooh.
or it gets the bottom of your pants wet, and like your pants for some reason act as like a straw, sucks up all the water, and then
Yeah.
it leaks through your shoe, and now the bottom of your foot is wet.
No, I hated it when like it'd be just slightly too long in the back and you just keep on stepping on them.
Oh my god.
So you'd have like the dirty, like frayed ring on the
Yeah.
bottom of your pants and you look like a fucking dweeb.
Remember, that was a fashion symbol for a little bit. One like the skating scene when it first started hitting our generation of people, the frayed pants on the bottom, you'd cut off that little cuff part and have all the strings everywhere with our big ass DC Osiris shoes looking
I
like a
loved
Kingdom
my
Hearts character.
DCs. Okay, when you're pushing a cart and one of the wheels just stops working and it does that awful like dragging noise or it just stops moving so you look
Oh,
like a dick.
like the high pitched squeak.
Yeah.
Now, see, my thing that I started hating is because you boys poor,
Hmm.
right? I don't shut up about it. Sometimes we needed to take the grocery cart from the place to our apartment.
Yeah.
When they started putting that little computer chip in like the modern wheel or what, I don't actually know how it works.
Yeah.
What makes it lock up? I'm assuming it's some type of little like RFID chip or
Yeah.
what have you. When you go over like a certain little magnetic
It's like
barrier and the
it's like
wheel
those
locks.
it's like those underground fences you can plant for like your dog
Yeah.
where it's like a little chip that stops them.
And see, I don't like underground fences, right? Like just have an actual fence.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, because so let's say you have an outside dog, right? Like, let's say you live in like a wilderness type of area, right? You've done nothing except limit what your dog can do if like you got it for the sake of one companionship, but two to keep like random animals away, right? Because animals aren't stupid. Your dog's gonna be like, oh, there's this like, I don't know, there's a coyote over there. I better make sure that it stays off of my territory, which is this house where my people live at, right?
Yeah.
The coyote, if it gets away the first time, is gonna learn that the dog won't go past a certain point, right? Because usually these are like shot collars or it emits like a high frequency pitch noise or something, right?
Yeah.
So the dog's going to go right up to just before that border and bark at the coyote, and the coyote's gonna be like, yeah, fuck you, bitch. And it's either gonna make the dog run after him, and then your dog is gonna fuck itself up, or the coyote's gonna find some way to exploit the system and get onto your land anyway.
Yeah.
Like it's dumb. Just build an actual fence that's gonna prevent the dog from digging under or jumping over. That way it could be the same for anything else that gets in, and it could just take care of that. You know what I mean? I'm also just not a fan of shock collars. Outside of like I don't know, like attack working dogs
Well,
or some shit.
that's why in my experience with shock collars, it was only used on like the vibrating setting.
They have that?
They have where so literally instead of like because it's not a shock, it's literally just goes like, "Vroom," and then the dog's like, "What? Excuse me,
Yeah.
like what the fuck?" Because it's like a tickle.
Mm. Oh, like the old joke gum that you
Mhm.
used to be able to get. I fucking hated those so much.
I never got pranked with that because I like my dad mentioned it was a thing, so I never took anything from anybody
Mm.
because I was like, I'm not fucking doing that.
I got one time and it was absolutely terrible because my hands were wet, so I actually got
Oh,
shocked a bit.
oh,
It was just like, "Hey, bro, you want a piece of gum?" And I didn't even really look. I was like, "Oh, thanks, man." Ah, second grade me would never trust again.
devastating,
Absolutely,
fucking
like a
devastating.
pokeball that shakes 3 times and then opens. Like, why? Why you got to do this to me, man? I put my trust in my little 10-year-old faith in you, and this is what you do to me.
It'd be like
Why?
that.
But you know what is you know what's not good,
Mm,
and it seems to happen to us quite a bit.
yeah,
Shit that happens at an inconvenient time.
yeah,
Like for example, Uh, if anybody has a cat, you're quite familiar with the fact that anything from a change in temperature to them eating one little extra ball of kibble, well, I guess just pets in general, if
yak.
they have sensitive stomachs, especially if you have like an animal, in our case, a cat that has a sensitive stomach. I would hate when we first got her and we were like, we closed up the house,
Yeah,
right? Back when our little stove light still worked, because I keep forgetting to put in the work order for them to
yeah,
come open it up because I'm not going to spend my own fucking money
yeah. No,
on a light bulb. Fuck them. We sit there, right? Windows are closed, doors are locked, fans on, the air purifier's on, right?
yeah,
We're sitting there laying down, and from the living room, you just hear a very muffled dry heaving, and you're just like, fuck. Like,
yeah.
because then you got to get up. Like, I hate it. I hate
Or
it
when we
so
were getting
much.
ready to go somewhere and she puked.
Oh my God. And it's always in the most inconvenient spot. Like, so for anyone that's wondering, the reason that your cat will seem to vomit on like your bed, the couch, or something,
Stuff you care about.
yeah, it's because that's where, they mimic. So they spend the most amount of time where you spend the most amount of time,
And it
right?
smells like you, so it's comforting to them.
It
So they're
smells,
like, I
yeah,
don't feel good. I need to go. Like, it's like when you were little and you threw up, so you went to your parents' room.
yeah. Like you went to their bathroom or you called for them and then went to the like the hallway bathroom or something. I actually don't.
Oh, when I was little, when I felt sick, I would just go into my parents' room.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd just be like, Mom, I think I'm gonna throw up. And she was like, Okay, come lay down. I said,
well, because at my mom's house, we just had the one bathroom.
Okay,
And then at dad's, grandma and grandpa's room was at the end of the hall, and they had the ensuite.
yeah,
But my dad's room was in the hallway, so the hallway bathroom was his. So I would just go to that one, and then either grandma or grandpa would get up, right?
yeah,
Or no, well, grandma would be up, and then she'd wake grandpa up, be like, Rudy, go. I think one of the kids is sick. Like, go check on him, right? So
mm,
he'd shuffle down the hallway. He'd be like, "Are you okay?" And then I'd be like, "Oh, my fucking stomach hurts." And then he'd knock on my dad's door, and my dad would already be getting up.
yeah.
Um, Whereas mom would be like, "What's going on out there?" I'd be like, "I think I'm gonna throw up." She's like, "How?" I'm like, come fucking help me, please. Oh my God, I'm turning into a fucking werewolf over here.
She really said, How though? What'd you do?
No, yeah, no. She'd be
What
like,
happened?
What did you eat?" As if she wasn't the one that fed me. It only I don't recall throwing up like during non-flu times as a kid that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I know that it happened. At my dad's, I think it only happened a few times in the house. I do remember one time I fucking yacked at the fair though, because I made the mistake of it was either a big ass baked potato or a big ass corn dog, no pause. And we went on like one of the little roller coasters or like one of the spinny rides. And I was like, "Oh, this isn't good." So I went over
Ooh.
to one of the waste baskets and I just let it rip like a
Yikes.
damn Beyblade. I almost took flight.
I actually had to stay away from frozen waffles for a while because one morning I was perfectly fine,
Yeah.
right? Literally, I was sitting, it was before school, I was eating my little cut up waffles, dipping them in syrup, right? Just having a regular morning, and all of a sudden my body just went, no, and I literally puked all over the fucking place.
What kind of waffle was it?
It was a frozen Eggo buttermilk waffle.
That is the worst kind of frozen waffle that you could possibly get.
I haven't had any issues since
I know,
or
but
before. I have no idea
okay,
what
so
happened.
on the topic of frozen things, you always got to get the most unique one, like the French toast sticks, the chocolate chip waffles, the blueberry waffles, the variety
The
pack.
chocolate chip waffles, they always crisp up so perfectly.
It's all about the blueberry waffles.
I don't like
Blueberry,
blueberries.
blueberry with a little bit of syrup. And towards the end of my childhood snacking career, the blueberry vanilla waffles.
What?
Yeah, it was an Eggo waffle and it was blueberry, but they had a little bit of vanilla
Hmm.
in them. It was pretty nice because that's the only like perk of living in America at this point. Besides, not getting shot when I say my Congress is stupid, is we get a lot of good junk food.
Yeah, it's true.
Like I forget. I just don't know his name. But where I work right now, I guess around this time every year there is a dude that lives in Spain, but one of his sisters works at the warehouse I'm at, so he
Oh,
comes and visits their like his family, right? Because like I guess some of them live over there, some of them live over here,
yeah,
but he works at the warehouse. I think like I've overheard, right?
yeah.
Like from people talking about him that have been there quite a while, and the one thing that we can agree on that he at least likes about in America, besides the coffee, because he hates our coffee, he's like, it's just hot bean water. It's
That's
depressing.
what all coffee is.
I know, but every European is just like, ugh, right?
Yeah.
Um, he likes the ginormous ass drinks because he's like, listen, he's like, all the America slander aside, right? He's like, you don't care how much sugar's in the thing if you're drinking, if it tastes good,
Yeah.
right? Because I'm like, man, I'll be out there with my 44-ounce root beer float, and sometimes I'll just look at myself and be like, this is why the countries make fun of us, but it's so damn fun, right?
It's wonderful.
Like that's the one thing as a beverage boy, that's the one thing I live for is a nice cold drink on a nice hot day. But let's move on, my love, because for things, oh my god, we didn't even finish talking about the topic about stuff that happens in inconvenient times.
No, that was sufficient.
No, but like I have like another one, like when you're about to go somewhere, right? Like you're running late for work in the morning and you forgot to put gas. Like the
Oh,
biggest trap, like as a kid, it was, oh, I'll get my clothes out in the morning, right? As an adult, it's I'll put gas in the morning. Because that little like it takes like what 5 minutes to put gas if there's no line. And we wake up in the morning anyway, so the only people that are there are those that are also working early in the morning, right? That need their car. So there's never a line. But that 5 minutes somehow adds an extra 20. And I don't understand that.
I don't even know. I don't even know. But moving on.
Moving on, you said.
Room temperature sandwich meat.
What do you mean room temperature sandwich meat?
When you bite into a sandwich and the meat's like semi warm instead of cold.
Are you like deli meat?
Yeah.
Oh, why would how long are you leaving your sandwiches out?
No, it's like it was specifically as a kid, right? And like for some reason I would be thirsty, so I drink my water bottle that was being used to cool down the lunchbox.
Yeah.
So you open it up, it's just hot ass meat.
Wait, water bottle used like a frozen water bottle?
Yeah, that's
Get,
what we used as ice packs.
my love, I don't understand how your family had so much money, but you are so poor in so many other ways. You know what? You know what?
They
This is
hated me.
this is a TSMP first, my love. I hereby bequeath unto you this little plaque.
Yeah.
It's honorary poor.
Oh,
There you go.
thanks.
You can have that.
I've wanted one of these all my
It
life.
doesn't do anything about your white privilege, but you can have that plaque.
Great.
It's yours. It's going to be on our wall when we make the jump to video, but that'll be details for the end.
But you know that also kind of brings me to another one is remembering childhood shit that you'd beforehand repressed but didn't know about.
Yeah.
Like when you're just having a conversation, especially it happens a lot when we have conversations with each other.
Yeah.
Like we'll just be chit chatting and then you're like, oh.
Yeah, I forgot mom threw a pan at me. And then yeah, I forgot. So no, so I was mouthing off, understandably so. Her and Danny had an argument.
Yeah.
And what would happen back in the day is they would be mad, right? And one would storm off. It's usually him. He'd go to the room or he'd just like go to work or he'd just like dip or something.
Yeah.
And then so mom would take her anger out on us.
Yeah.
Right. And I forgot what, but I was done. Like it was hot that day. Like school was draining, and I was like, I don't have time for this. And I think I told her that I was like, I don't have time for this, mom. Please, like, I don't want to deal with whatever's going on right now. And she's like, what the fuck did you just say to me?
Yeah.
And she threw a pan at me.
Damn.
I ducked it. So she threw a plate at me.
What?
I caught the plate. Guess what she did after?
What?
Called the family. Called the family, told them what happened and that I was acting crazy. I was like, well, I was supposed to let the glass plate break. Like I caught, like it was like some ninja shit.
Yeah.
I like fucking. She threw it. I saw it coming like a frisbee, and I just went.
I don't understand the thought
It
process.
was it was a really thin plate though. It's
Oh,
not like
let
how
me
we have the heavy ones. You know what I mean? It was
no,
like a thin dollar store
no. I'm
plate.
more hung up on the throwing a fucking pot at your kid.
I mean, I got hit with an extension cord one time.
What the
Extension cord,
fuck?
hanger. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Listen. Brown households hit different. Literally, they
They
hit different.
oh no.
All
Oh, I have a funny one that we always talk about, but I want to say it again.
right, let's hear it.
People who don't have TikTok and they act like they're superior for that,
You
but they
mean
also watch
you
reels.
mean Julian
And some of my coworkers,
and Kayla?
a lot of my
Oh, I
coworkers.
know Kayla has TikTok. Julian, how you letting Kayla beat you in this? Okay.
No, but I just hate it because like no, because I was talking to my coworkers. I was like, "Oh, do you have TikTok?" She's like, "No, I don't watch TikToks." And she's like, "I watch the reels though." And I was like, "Oh, so you're watching the same content just 3 weeks
3 weeks later.
behind?" And she's like, "Well, yeah, but you know, it's." I'm like, "No, that's stupid."
And it no, what I hate though is like people like the creators, right? Like there's different creators for different apps, right? So
Yeah,
like you obviously have the people that are on TikTok because TikTok is just Vine, and then well, no, so Vine, got shut down by Twitter because they weren't making enough money from it, and then we had Musically for a while, but Musically existed around the same time as Vine, and then TikTok is just like the final evolved form of Musically, right?
this is where social media should be.
Yeah.
We're good.
But anyway, I hate the people that exclusively only do like reels.
Yeah,
Like they have like a partnership with like Facebook or Instagram, which is the same company. It's all owned by Meta anyway. Or they just have like some type of sponsorship deal, or they like have that same thing. It was like, I don't need to be on TikTok. I make reels. I'm a reels creator or something. And they're so fucking
well, no,
cringy.
because they act like because in some people's minds, right, TikTok is like a childish, like it's not like a quote unquote real like social media what like platform. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's because it hasn't been around. Like even though it technically has, I think it's because it hasn't been around as long as like Facebook, Instagram. So they're like, well, that has tenure, so obviously
Well, I mean,
this is
TikTok's
real.
already kind of
But it's
old
like, yeah,
news.
but it's like when people were like, oh, YouTubers aren't real, like YouTubing isn't a real job, right?
Tell that to Markiplier.
No, exactly. It's the same thing.
Tell that to Dashy, dude. They're out there living their best life in LA, man.
Ooh,
Yeah.
driving with shoes on.
What is so wrong about driving with shoes on?
I need to feel the
You
pedals.
don't need to feel the pedals.
I
You
do.
just need to keep your shoes on, my love. You know why? What if we get into an accident or there's something we need to get out of the car and handle immediately?
I get out of the car with one shoe on.
You know what? And I'm not going to help you.
That's fine.
You can burn your foot on the asphalt because I'm going to be like, hey, we need to like push this thing out of the dirt. All right, let me get my shoe on. No, help push.
No.
Help push. And it's also because you don't have all slip ons, or do you?
I do.
I thought you. I swear to God, I've seen you. Oh, no, we got rid of those shoes.
Mhm.
Oh, so you do have all slip-ons.
Yeah.
Okay, so that kind of takes away with some of my gripes about it. But like, just put your fucking shoe on. Like the rare times that you drive, I'll sit there in the passenger seat. And I'm like, oh, so this is what it's like, right? And I'll start adjusting. You just plop your shoe right there by me. I'm like, excuse me.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck is
I take my
this?
fucking shoe off.
Like, no, keep your shoes. I like in the morning where you put your shoes on last. Put them on.
It's almost like I have sensory
No,
issues.
because it takes away time. Like you'll be dressed, you're like, oh, I gotta make lunch. Oh, I gotta do my hair. And I'm like, all right, cool, we're all set. Let's go. Oh, I gotta put my shoes on.
It
Or you'll
takes
be
like
like,
30
or you'll be like,
seconds.
oh, I just stepped into like, why is there water on the floors? Because we're all filling up our water bottles and there's gonna be a drop of water on the floor. You're like, now my socks wet. I'm like, damn, you should just put your shoe on, bro.
You don't get it. You don't get it.
It's not about not getting it. It's about just putting it
No,
on, my
yeah,
life.
you
And
don't.
you know that 30 seconds at home equals 5 minutes getting to work somehow. I hate it so
Hey,
much.
we're always on time.
I'll be like, damn, we're making great time because it's like 6:20 and I'm fully ready to go. And I'm like, let's fucking hit it.
Yeah.
And then we still got to run around and somehow it's 6:46 and we're leaving. I'm like, no. Oh, I want to decompress before I get to work. But on the topic of things not shaking up the way you want them to be, can we talk about BOGO deals for a second, right?
Can we talk about how there's no sales
No,
anymore? How
like,
clearance is supposed to be $10 and below. That was the agreement. I'll shop in your clearance section. I know where I belong, but it better be a good fucking sale. And suddenly these people are like, "Oh yeah, it's on clearance, $30."
I don't
What?
understand how everything's like $35. Like remember like $5 shirts back in the day? You're like, that's kind of pushing it, but it looks pretty nice, right?
Yeah.
So you'd get the $5 shirt. All right, so now that's $8 or $10, right? I'm like, okay, it's not too bad, right? Or like all shirts are like really basic ones, like the one I have on right now,
Yeah.
because you got to wear pink to go see Barbie. That's just the law. I don't make
It's
them.
true. It's true.
This was like what, an $8 shirt?
Mhm.
This should be $5, right?
Oh no,
Or like
this was like 15.
No, I got it at the Goodfellow thing.
No, no, that's what I'm
I know,
saying.
but I got it on a sale when
Oh,
they're having their little summer sale.
ah,
Um, but what I don't dig is that every shirt that's actually worth a damn, like at Vans, they're like $50. How you expect me to pay 45 to $50 for a shirt? Or that one that I like at Aeropostale, the 1-800 dump him shirt,
yeah,
right? It's like it's like, a lot of stores are going more towards like a unisex model for clothing, right? So the graphics on this shirt are geared more towards hot girls buying them. You know what I mean? Because it's 1-800 dump him, and it's an old clamshell phone, and it's like two chicks on it that are like, living their best life.
yeah.
But it's like faded. It's the type of design that I like, and it's the boyfriend
And it
style
was
one,
soft.
which means that I can go to these fucking shops that actually cater towards like really skinny white people, and I'll be able to fit this shirt,
Mhm.
right? And it's $45.
For a shirt.
Well, while we're on the topic of Aeropostale, before we continue this,
How's
I
Hollister?
Hollister, Aeropostale, American Eagle are all the same thing.
Mm.
It's like French vanilla, vanilla, and vanilla bean.
They are all white as hell. That's
Yeah.
I love them. I love
Um,
them.
like growing up as a kid, right? You had like different types of clothing, right? So when we'd go back to school shopping or when I'd have money, I'd walk around the mall, I would see these things like that or like PacSun, like when I didn't want more Van shirts or I didn't want like Obey or like Fatal or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You'd walk in and I'd get my size of shirt and it would be too tight. And I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I'm like, how did I gain 10 pounds magically after
Yep.
walking in the mall? Their large is like a medium. Their extra large is like a large. But when I go to stores like that, right, I have to get a size or two sizes bigger depending on how much cotton is in the shirt, right?
Yeah.
Because if I get an XL, it's going to shrink to the size of a large, right?
Yep.
But their larges don't fit anyway.
Nope.
Because for some reason I've like cracked the code on this, right? Stores like American Eagle, Aeropostale, and Hollister, right? When they shrink, they don't shrink in the shoulders; they shrink in the waist,
Mhm.
and I fucking hate it. Stores like Vans and like PacSun, it shrinks in the length, right? And so
Yeah.
that determines the size that I have to get. But I would be like, fuck, man, I gotta get an. I'm like 13. I'm like, I gotta get an XL. I'm like, oh my god, I'm turning into a fat bastard, right? A lot of body dysmorphia that I wouldn't catch on until years later. And then I'm just like, what the hell, man? It's like I'm paying $50 or like at the time it was like 20 something bucks, which is a lot of money to a teenager, and I'm only going to wear the shirt once. Like, did you ever have that where you'd get a shirt and you're like, I'm only going to be able to wear this once because as soon as I
Yeah.
wash it, even if I follow the steps on how to wash it, it's going to get ruined.
Yep.
I have so many. The Saints shirt that your grandparents got me for Christmas last year is like that. I saw the size; it was a large. I'm like, oh, cool, this fits, and I put it on, and it fit nice. And I was like, oh, when I wash this, it's gonna shrink.
Yep.
And I was like, no, but I still like it. It's a nice shirt. Got anything, Molly?
Well, I'm just thinking because I'm listening and I agree because a lot of my gripes growing up have always been I want to get clothes at stores. What?
I forgot we didn't talk about the BOGO thing. Why the fuck do they put the sale on the least expensive item?
Because they
No,
suck.
like I understand, like the fucking dude bro answer. It's like, well, the shop's got to make money. You know what I mean? Like, like dude, shut the fuck up. If you're having a buy one get one, or you're just having like buy this amount of any and you
Yeah.
get this percentage off, why the fuck are you putting the percentage on the least amount, right? Because I'm getting two things from your store,
Yeah.
right? Because if they lost money inherently, they wouldn't do the BOGO, right?
Yeah.
Or if they lost money, they wouldn't do the get this many shirts, you get this percentage off, and you only got to pay them for this much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why is it going on the least amount of like the least thing?
Because they fucking hate us.
And I don't get it.
It's
I
like
don't
buy one
understand.
get one free on item of equal or lesser value. Fuck you.
An item or equal or lesser value. Like, you can suck my dick, man. That being said, Hot Topic has got some actual bangers this time. I've slept on them for a few years because I was like, okay, I got out of the phase. But they got some nice Kirby stuff.
We do.
They got a lot nice like video game merch.
I wish there was a box lunch nearby.
I mean, all we got to do is go to TO.
I want to go to Lush.
I mean, do you want to do that today
I
after
have
the
no
movies?
money.
We can still walk around.
No.
I know. But
Oh, we
the
could.
one time it was like my greatest disappointment,
Yeah.
and like it was the last of my childhood whimsy. I'm kidding, but like as a consumer anyway, when I was like, damn, this place really does suck. Walked in a Hot Topic, right? They had a Ghostface shirt,
Yeah.
not from Wu Tang, but the serial killer, and then they had a Kirby shirt. Bought them, got the deal, got the hot cash. I was like, dope. I already knew the size because I had just gotten the shirts exclusive from there. Washed them. They both shrunk.
Oh,
The fucking Ghostface one was destroyed entirely, and then the Kirby one was just really fucking tight. So I just wore it as like a pajama shirt.
there you go. I actually have one that's kind of relevant.
What is your relevant one, my dear?
Headaches, but
Headaches.
with the caveat that specifically the ones I'm referring to are the ones that start when you're in public. It feels
Ooh.
humiliating,
How so?
because like you're fine, like you're minding your own business. Like say we're walking around the collection, right?
Yeah.
We're on a cute date. Suddenly, oh, my eyes decide that this light from the sun is just a little bit too much, so I start getting a headache like a bitch.
The light from the ball of fire in the sky.
Yeah, like a bitch. Or like when you're at work, like I was at work and I started getting a really nasty headache, and I know it's because of the fluorescence, right?
Yeah.
But it's always so
Take
fucking
your blue lights with you.
embarrassing. I should.
You got to take your blue lights with you.
Yeah.
And I do agree that it's embarrassing. I do not get chronic headaches, but I do have just like chronic pain, knees, back,
Yeah.
shoulders. You know what I mean? Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Fucking kill me.
Yeah.
But anyway, my thing, and I'm sure a lot of dudes can relate. I hate that when you're walking, right? Why do we keep this? It's complete coincidence that we keep starting everything with "I hate." Like I just realized that we're saying.
Well, we're on the hating
Yeah, it
episode.
sounds very gimmicky. I fucking hate it when you're walking, right? And to narrow down the experience even more for my fellow dudes whose thighs touch, right? Because
Yeah.
we be in there fucking squatting,
Yeah.
getting them deep squats, putting that ass to the ground,
Who's
baby.
squatting?
Me. Yeah. But anyway,
Was that good?
no.
Oh,
I love you.
I love you.
When you're like so you're walking, right? Part of your underwear will cinch up and that like fabric cinching rolls just a slight amount of ball skin,
Oh, we were talking
and
about
it's
this at
yeah,
Target.
it's so fucking annoying. Like it's worse when you're sitting down. Like when I sit down in the car, it happens a lot. And so like for the first 2 minutes of me there, I'm like, you like bounce up real quick because you don't want to like you don't want to do like a bridge or you don't want
Yeah.
to do like a plank, and you're hoping that like the momentum will like carry the fabric out or that your balls will like flop and like untangle
Oh
themselves.
my god, babe.
But it's like it's literally like it doesn't even roll your skin. It's just slightly pulled. Like if you pull shirt fabric, it's like that, but it's the most uncomfortable thing ever. And then when you're walking, you either have to take a really wide, awkward side step
Yeah.
so your balls unstick, or you just have to, you just got to pull your fucking frontal wedgie out. It's
Dude,
so
that's no, the same
uncomfortable.
thing happens to girls. I don't know if it's just a me thing. I actually haven't spoken to anyone else about it, but like I talked to you about it a
Oh
lot.
yeah, you get cinched up in
Yeah, you
there.
get cinched up there. So you have to do the
Yeah.
same thing. You have to do like either do the stupid bridge thing or just kind of like get in there, do the awkward side step or whatever.
No,
I
yeah, but
fucking
yours
hate
is
it.
yeah, but yours is particularly for fabric, my love. The fabric makes the skin stick. Like obviously you don't know what it feels like to have balls
No.
sticking to the inside of your thigh. It's so uncomfortable
Ooh.
because like the skin, right? Like especially because it's hot, so they dangle lower,
Yeah.
and so the skin will like suction itself to the side of your thigh.
Ooh.
And if you walk, you can kind of deal with it because it's not uncomfortable, but you'll take like too wide of a step, and then it'll either chafe
Oh.
or it like rolls and it gets like cinched. It's so
Oh, you know what you
fucking
have to
annoying
use for that?
because oh my
The
god, I
ball
forgot
cream.
about no, the ball cream. No, it's so her stepfather, right, for Christmas last year.
Love that man.
It's what the hell is it called? Something sack?
I can go grab it.
Yeah, here, go grab it, please, my love.
Here, bam for the people.
But anyway, while she's going away for that, but like the one thing I hate is that when you're doing it right, and you like you pull out your little frontal wedgie, or you like make like the side step, everyone, like at least roughly half the populace knows what it's like to go through this. And the other roughly half of the populace is aware that the other half is going through this. But everyone still looks at you like you're doing the most disgusting thing ever. Like I'm not digging in my ass, which I've seen people do in real life. Like I don't understand that. Like people go and they'll like pull out like a wedgie or their like hands are like down their pants and they just don't like they don't fucking wash their hands and it's disgusting. But anyway, my lovely co-host has brought this to me. So, for anybody, right, that has eczema, which is dry skin, which means you're susceptible to get outbreaks everywhere. And this is what I hate because when I played football, I would get jock itch a lot
Yeah.
because when you have eczema, you're more susceptible to ringworm. But jock itch is not ringworm; it's like chafing, either on it's like your thigh skin, right, or like right where like your thigh and your sack meet. But anyway, it's this product called Happy Nuts, right? And Happy Nuts is a
Not
comfort
sponsored.
cream. It is a lotion to powder. So if you lift, like, and you put, or if you like climb rocks or some shit, and you put like the chalk on your hands and it's powdery, it's like that. and you're like, "Oh,
Have you used it yet?
yes, I
Oh.
have." When I was still working at Ulta, walking up and down the hill, I
Mhm.
used some of this. And you're like, "Well, why don't you just use powder?" Powder is really not good for you when you're not a baby.
Mm.
It's not good for, the female populace because it'll fuck with y'all's pH, right? Butt in, help, talk to me.
Well, I
You're the one that has the thing that the powder would affect? Or is that
yeah, I
is
actually
it
I
all
actually
powder or is it just the talcum powder?
I don't know. I know that you're not the general rule of thumb is to keep everything away.
No, but, I
'Cause,
know
like
the talcum
so I
powder
assume that powder
because
would be a problem too.
yeah, because like, I know, like, the talcum powder is because it'll literally give you cancer.
Oh.
But I'm assuming normal powder as well if you're, like, a grown adult, outside of, like, putting it, like, on your thighs, like, some people will put it on their underwear, right?
Yeah.
Because 'Cause I'm assuming that if it, like, gets in there, it can, like, just make smegma happen because
Yeah.
sweat in the powder, and that also you don't want dry shit going there because it could just dry you
Yeah,
out.
it's bad.
Like, I remember one time I was putting powder on, right? It was, before football practice, and I think I put a little bit too much out, right? And then when I went to go pee, it burned because 'cause I'm assuming some powder got in the tip. It was not fun, but anyway,
Like in
yeah.
ooh.
Dude, it sucks, like, if you're in the shower and you accidentally, like, you're cleaning your bits, and if you get some, you get, like, a little bit of soap and it goes, like, in the tip,
Ouch.
and yeah, you gotta, like, rinse it out, or when you pee, it'll get, like, the soap residue out, and it's not fun.
Yeah,
It's
no.
absolutely not fun, but anyway, this right here, it's Happy Nuts, it's comfort cream, it's a lotion to powder thing, like, imagine lifting chalk, but for your balls, and it's pretty cool. It has, like, a little refreshing scent, not that you should really care because you can just shower, right? I don't know
Yeah.
anybody that's out here smelling like a damn expired cabbage. I don't know. It's pretty nice, helps get the job done, right? Keeps your balls from cinching up so you don't have to fucking look like an awkward animal trying to unstick yourself. But moving on,
Mint ice cream.
mint ice cream, I'm gonna fucking fight
Mint
you.
in
You're
general.
just gonna hear muffled violence.
Frozen toothpaste.
All right, Miss Frozen Toothpaste. That is the equivalent of the people that are like pineapple on pizza doesn't go together, right? But it's only because they don't have an actual argument. They just believe it because of the internet.
Yeah,
I don't believe pineapple should go on pizza because I don't like pineapple.
I do. I like it
I
on pizza.
I don't like it. People are like the sweetness of the pineapple. The pizza pineapples, right? The
Yeah.
pineapples that they use for pizza are not sweet.
No.
They're like the bottom of the barrel pineapple. It's just tangy and it's acidic, but they're like
Yeah,
the
it's a nice
sweetness
little
goes from the salty of the sauce. No,
no.
just get other sweet stuff. Get some feta cheese. Get some like I get anything else.
See
Get literally anything else on your pizza if you want to go sweet and salty.
yeah,
Get
see
honey barbecue. We're in California. You can put any sauce you want on a fucking pizza. Stop putting pineapple on it.
see, when I first started because I didn't really eat pizza, right? When I first started eating pizza, I was like, "You know what? I like
Good old
cheese and that's it."
pizza.
And then, I remember I was in yearbook, and they were like, "Oh, like, we're ordering pizza, like, who does anyone want pineapple?" And everyone was like, "Oh, I hate pineapple." And I was like, "Well, they already got the pizza, like, I might as well eat it, right?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "You know what? No, this is pleasant. I enjoy this.
I don't
I
like
like
it.
pineapple on pizza. I think it's good. I don't have any, like, actual reasoning. I just think it's good."
For me, right? I can I can eat pineapples as like a slice, right?
Yeah.
If someone's like, "Here, you want a slice of pineapple?" Yeah, right? I can use it for cooking. I like it in smoothies, you know what I mean? I just when it's on pizza, it's literally the texture thing, like biting into it. I'm just like, ugh, like what the fuck is this, right? It's the same thing if I have onions on something. Like I'll cook with onions, I'll make them into a sauce. But if it's like an onion by itself, where if it's on like a pizza or like a sandwich, I'm just like, what the fuck, right? Like making Thanksgiving ham,
Yeah.
I put the pineapples on there, but I'm more so doing it for the glaze and so that moisture can help
Mhm.
flavor that meat. I don't want the actual pineapple
I
itself.
put pineapple on a grilled cheese. It
My
was really good.
My love, if you love me, you will never ever do that again, please.
Okay.
I'm kidding. But what?
'Cause I was actually talking to Isaac while I was doing it, so I was like, "The theory,
My
right?"
own brother.
It was either Isaac I think it was because I was talking to somebody on the headset, and I was like, "You know what?"
Isaac, let me find out because I know you're listening to this. Let me find out that you're putting fucking pineapple on your grilled cheese. I will go to
No,
mom's house
it
and
might
I
not
will
have been
beat
him, it
you.
might have been Ignacio, it might have been Akil.
Ignacio or Akil, because I know you're listening to this too.
Oh
Let
my
me find out that you're putting fucking pineapple on your grilled
so I
cheese.
was telling
Akil,
them
I will go over there and I will put 7 cicadas into your room.
so I was tell
Ignacio, you know what I'll do? You know what I'll do? I'll teach Orion a swear word. That's what I'll do.
no, you know what? I'll teach him how to ride a bike.
No, can't take that away from him.
But anyway,
No.
I was like, "You know what?" Like, I feel like because we had the can of pineapple at the time,
Yeah.
and I was like, "You know what? I feel like in theory,
Did you just
because pineapple on pizza would be good is
did you
good."
say pineapple?
I said pineapple. Because pineapple on pizza would be really good, right? What if you just do it on a grilled cheese? Because that way it's the same thing, it's just there's minus the crust. And we were like, "Yeah, yeah." So I tried it and I was like, "Yeah, it's good. It's just soggy because I don't know how to make a grilled cheese."
What do you mean? Bread comes with crust.
No, but you know what I mean? Like pizza crust versus bread crust are very different
It's
things.
all bread. To me, crust is crust. I never.
That just made me like viscerally rage.
Yeah, no, crust is crust, my love. It's all
Crust is
bread.
not crust.
I never really got to have the no crust thing, right? So like I didn't have a problem with crust, but Brooklyn and Brianna didn't like crust. Well, Brooklyn had only lasted a little bit. Mom was like, "It's fucking bread, bro."
It's a
Right?
texture thing.
Isaac got his crust cut off though, but he was the youngest at the time. Brianna didn't like crust, so it would get taken off of her sandwich, and I was like, "Oh, that look," like as a kid, you're like, "Oh, that looks cool." And so I'd be like, "Can I not have crust on mine?" And they'd be like, well, "Since when don't you like crust?" I'm like, "Ah, fuck." Like grandma or grandpa, sometimes they'd hook it up,
Yeah.
right? Our dad would already be making a sandwich for Brianna, so he'd be like, "Okay, yeah, like whatever." Um, but I always ate the pizza crust. There was like one time I didn't like it, and they're like, "It's a waste of
I
food,"
like
right?
pizza crust.
And then so grandma and grandpa were like, "Look, check this out. You can dip it in stuff." And I was like, "Oh my god!" And I got over the
Life
bread crust thing.
changed.
Yeah, but like with the sandwich crust thing, I never got. Like I only wanted it because my sisters were also getting the special treatment. And I was like,
Silly.
I would also like no crusts if that's an option.
Dude, no crust sandwiches are so much fucking better.
It's not. It's just it's less bread.
I don't like crust.
But
I don't like that it's flaky.
on the topic of crust, back to the mint chocolate chip slander. Toothpaste. It does not taste like toothpaste. You know why? Because toothpaste doesn't have chocolate. Unless is there is there chocolate toothpaste? There is. Ugh.
There's also bacon toothpaste
Oh
and
my god.
vanilla cupcake
See, the thing
toothpaste.
I draw the line at, right, is mint tobacco products. Like I never got like mint jewel pods, mint vape pods, anything like that because just smoke a fucking menthol cigarette at that point.
The mint jewel pods were
No, like
refreshing.
like everyone like okay, yeah, it's like, oh, vapes and everything. It's not a cigarette, so you don't have to deal with all the formaldehyde. You don't have to deal with this or that. If you're only doing that and you're getting the tobacco flavor, just dip, just chew. There's still the same amount of cancer, the same amount of like health issues that you could do. It just be a fucking man.
You
You
know
know what I
what?
mean?
You know what
As
I
toxic
liked?
as that sounds. I'm sorry, my love. One more thing. But also, if you like quit smoking like cigarettes and cigars, and all you vaped was like mint or like menthol things, just go back to smoking. Get a fucking Camel Crush. Get a Newport. Just stop being a little pussy.
No.
Yes,
No.
yes. Listen, as a man that likes Lucky Strikes,
Yes.
I can respect someone that will just own up to it and smoke a nice menthol.
Yeah, but the whole point is to not be smoking those
I
anymore.
know, but like it's just like, dude, what the fuck? Like at least branch out. Like I would hate those people that would you ever judge someone off their vape flavor?
No.
No, I judged you off your vape flavor.
My vape flavor was fucking delicious. Strawberry Dream 55 tasted fucking
No,
magical.
because like I would go and I'd be like, I thought you because of how much you like desserts. I'm like, you strike me as a dessert gal,
No,
and
because they're buttery.
I'd be like, here, try this because I was a big fan of the Milkman, right?
Mhm.
Because they have like like the vanilla milk cereal stuff,
It
the
didn't
fruity
taste
pebbles
right.
stuff like that. It was so good. Like I like the desserty vapes, like the French toast one I had was fucking amazing, right? If we could somehow get that, but weed, that'd be dope.
I actively like not even it's not even active. I guess this is just what it is after you kick an addiction is that for the rest of your life passively you're like, damn, that would be nice right now.
No, because I don't think about that when I think about it when I'm like, damn, I was like, if someone offered me a cigarette, I'd still say no. It's more like the image or something to do, I guess, but I
It's
don't
something to
I
do.
don't find myself actively missing it, actively craving it, anything like that,
No, when I
right?
first started working, right,
Yeah.
I actually had issues with that because while I'd be driving to work, I was so used to while driving to work, I had my vape in my hand, right? That's how I used to drive. When I was driving this much, I had a vape in my hand, right?
Yeah.
When I was at work before, like the jobs I've had before, I was vaping the whole time. So on my breaks, I would go to my car and I would vape. On like when bathroom breaks, I would just hit my vape in the bathroom, right? So the absence of having that to do was really like difficult at first because I was like, well, what the fuck else am I was texting you. I'm like, dude, like the fuck people do on their breaks without vaping? This shit's boring
Just
as
scroll
hell.
TikTok.
And now I've no, yeah, now it's
Yeah.
fine. But it
The
was like because for me, it was just something to do.
the one thing I'm waiting for and I'm hoping because everyone that's like, oh, you want
And it
this?
kept me skinny.
You're already skinny, my love. You need to eat more. The damn wind's gonna blow and you're
The
gonna
wind.
fly away. But what I was what I was saying, right, is that someone could go back to the comment I just said. It was like, man, if only weed could be like this. Like, have you never had like a fucking weed vape, like a cart or something?
Yeah,
It's the same, but everyone knows that with weed strains, right? If it's like blueberry kush or it's like rainbow sherbet or something, right? It doesn't taste or smell like that. It's like the hint. You get a hint of it in the aroma. It's an
which is
aromatic,
fucking
right?
lame.
I still like that, but I know in the future it's gonna be to where like you can get the flavorings on it like you do currently
And I'm
with
so
vape
excited
juice.
because I will backpedal.
And I mean, yep,
I will back the fuck pedal.
yeah.
I am, oh my
No,
god.
that or they'll probably be able to just, like GMO the shit out of it with actual weed. So where you can just smoke flower and it tastes like fucking vanilla bean, granola, fruity pebble,
Oh
milk cereal,
god, dude,
strawberry
like
splash 55,000.
yeah, because that's what that sounds great.
That's what these damn strain names
And
look
listen,
like.
all I'm saying is that if they can scent and flavor fucking laughing gas, what's the issue?
Can they?
Yeah, I always get really anxious when I go to the dentist. One time I was particularly insane and they had to fill in my cavities. So they gave me
Particularly insane.
particularly, not the usual amount. So they gave me some laughing gas, right?
Yeah.
And I remember it was French vanilla scented and flavored. It
Ooh.
was fucking magical because I was freaking out. I'm like, I don't like mint. I don't know. And then they're like, no, you're gonna like it. It's vanilla. I was like,
Vanilla
I
mint?
was like, no. I was like, it's
Oh,
vanilla.
so God, hold on. These fucking little net. You know what? I'm gonna jump to that talking point, but I didn't know that they had flavor
Yeah, it was really
laughing
pleasant.
gas.
It
But
was really pleasant.
guys, we're waging a war, and that war is these fucking little gnats and fruit flies that exist
They
everywhere.
just keep
Now,
spawning.
we don't leave food out.
Nope.
We don't leave large bodies of water out
Yes, we do.
or something, Yeah, no, when it's in like a bowl or something, you know what I mean? But they're in the drain. So you boil water and you pour it down the drain because it kills the eggs. These little fucking bastards still spawn out of the ether.
Yeah.
We have the traps, we have the lures, and it's fighting them back. I can only imagine because it's like onesies and twosies that we see flying
How
around, you know
bad
what
would
I
it be
mean?
without them?
Yeah, like how bad would it actually like I see how much is on the UV trap and I'm like, Jesus, man,
Yeah.
I'd be breathing in these little fuckers.
Yeah.
But I'm like, where do they come from? I just hate them. I don't fucking like one's just flying around right now. I killed its brothers yesterday, but it hasn't learned its lesson. But yeah, flavored laughing gas.
It's
I never
lovely. I asked for it. Literally the last time I went to the dentist, I was like, "Hey, what about that laughing gas?" And she was like, "You don't you don't need it." And I was like, "Yeah,
but
but
I
it sure
do.
was
It
lovely."
was pretty. So let me get one more hit,
No,
boss. You know what I mean?
literally, like it was fucking
But
great.
when we're talking about the like future like weed strains or like how
Mhm.
we want it to be like different vape flavors and stuff. You know what sucks, right? Because both my parents, they're a bit older, but they keep things old school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So growing up and hearing them talk, because they were very open about it. They weren't saying go smoke weed, go drink alcohol, but they were like, hey, this is what we drink. It's what it tastes like. Have a sip because you're gonna do it eventually. We just want that curiosity to be gone. Hearing them talk about the type of weed back in the day, I was really confused the first time I stepped into a dispensary. I was like, all right, man, I'm gonna come in, right? I don't know, I'm just gonna get like some fucking some OG purple kush or some shit.
Yep.
And they're like, here is, the ex-wife Y2K fucking Gorilla Glue Moon Rock
Wedding
Ultra
cake,
Double Super Teeny Bopper Blaster Sock and
strawberry
Bopper Moon
sun,
Boot
right.
Indica Hybrid 10,000. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? I just want some weed.
No, my mom
I
was
felt like a
always saying, and like when I was a minor, right? They'd always just say, like it's sativa, indica, hybrid.
well, those are
I was
just
like, those are the weeds.
buzzwords
No,
though. It
I
doesn't
thought I
really.
thought those were the weeds. I
No,
was like, yeah,
you thought those
that's
were the. Can I get a weed,
no, that's
please?
why I remember because what was it like our first date, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, is this a sativa or an indica? And you were like, what?
No, because it was a sativa one, but I was like, it's a watermelon gummy.
I,
Just I was like, just eat the fucking thing, bro. I don't know what's wrong.
I thought
You
though
want to play Mario Kart or not, dog?
I thought there were three weeds.
No, it's well with edibles and stuff, hybrid indica sativa or whatever. It's
Whatever the
basically what
fuck
you're
is
gonna
in that
get.
cherry
But when
pie
it's
gummy.
but when it's coming for like actual flower, you want to pay attention to like the different profiles and what's actually going on with like the cannabinoids and shit that's
Penny
going
has
inside of
woken
it.
up and is now grooming
Um,
herself about this topic.
but yeah, I was just like, bro, I just want some. I felt like an old white dude going to Starbucks. I just want a coffee. Just give me a
Dude,
coffee.
that's one. You know
You know
what?
what I
That's what I
mean?
hate. I hate old people at Target. I fucking hate old people talking. I always, and this is a terrible thing for me to say,
Yeah.
I always just want to accidentally ram my fucking cart into them.
Yeah, you fucking old bastard,
Yeah,
gonna take
fuck
your
you,
ankles out.
bitch. Yeah, no,
No.
literally,
My
I
god,
want to trip them. No,
damn.
I want to trip them while I walk by.
Why would you? They're gonna kill them. Oopsie.
Oopsie
I
poopsie,
don't
Your
fucking
Honor.
know.
Listen, or like, because they're always the most aggressive, hostile, just fucking personally offended by everything that you do. Like I took like if you like I took like a deep breath and I saw this old bitch just swivel her head at me and just look at me, and I was like, "Yeah, Gertrude, yeah, I have a fucking 3 tier right now. You want to fight?"
Babe, you're too young to be huffing. Though. That's what they think. They're like, "What do you got to sigh about? You're young. You should be happy." Like, no, the
Chronically
planet's
ill.
dying, and I'm not going to be able to retire or buy a house. Like, I don't know. Like, the one thing I think they're so bitter about, right? They say the world got itself up in a hurry. It's like, no, we just realized that this technology stuff brings luxury. We don't have to live like fucking cavemen with no AC, no internet, and we don't have to have stick shift
I just
cars.
don't get why they're all so mad. They won.
I
Like they won.
they didn't win to think they didn't win in the way they thought they were going to. They thought they were going to have like the same type of clout that like their parents or grandparents had where people just listened to them off the rip because well there was no access to information.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, "Oh, nope, sorry Mr. Simpson, what you said is very racist and wrong."
Yep.
So you can go suck a dick about it. They're just like, "There's no respect for the elderly" after they just called me a beaner and I'm just like, "Bro, I don't know what to do."
No, literally after she just fucking verbally assaulted my coworker, looking at me like I'm the problem. Like there's this old dude that was like that he was like, "Well, it says that you have it here. Like it says I'm looking at the app. It says you have it." So my coworker looks at it. She says, "Oh, this actually says this is for the other target. This is for the Main Street location." "Where's that?"
On Main
"Yeah,
Street.
it's a location on Main Street." "Yeah, I don't know where that is. That's why I was asking you where it is."
Like, yeah, it's on the street
No,
called Main.
I literally like so she actually gave him. She was like, "Okay, so yeah, you're gonna leave here. You're gonna turn right. You're gonna make a left. Keep going. You're gonna see it." I wanted to just chime and be like, "Do you have a fucking phone?"
Yeah, just type in Target on Main Street,
Yeah,
or because like they know everything,
because it was the
and then when
tone.
they,
It was
yeah,
specifically the fucking tone because they don't see you as human. They don't see anybody under
especially
their
because if
age
it's
as
an old
human
man
beings.
and he's talking to women, it's
Yeah,
fucking terrible.
a woman of color.
Oh god, and it was a
Yeah.
white man.
Mhm.
Oh fuck,
Mhm.
Jesus Christ! But like, I would have been like, dude, just type it on your phone. He's like, I don't know how to do that. Do you want me to type it in on your phone? Be like, fine, whatever. Get him the fuck out of here. Or, but what I hate is like they know everything, and when they don't know something, it's like, oh, I've never heard of that.
It's,
It used to not be like that. Like, where the
it's
fuck is
always
Main
I've
Street? Dude,
never
you've
heard
been
that
here since
before.
1876. You were there before a fucking Main Street
Dude,
was
no,
there.
dude, my dad's guilty of that. Like if there's
Oh,
like new
Jesus.
information or like if if he's wrong about something, he'll just be like, "Well, I didn't know about that. Well, I never heard about that. No one ever told me that. I've never seen that before."
Like, bro, Google it.
I,
Like,
no, it's just silly
because they'll,
because
cause they'll act like you're wrong. They're like that. You could be like, yeah, 2 plus 2 does equal 4. And they'll be like, I never fucking heard about that. It was always 5 growing up. And be like, what?
you kids these days have it so easy. Back in my day, I had to wake up, break both of my legs, crawl 4 miles to school, and then I'd be
Go work in the
bullied.
factory, get drafted in the army.
Yeah,
Fucking.
go home, my mom would still beat my ass.
And then when my father got home, he'd beat my mother's ass. And
And
then
then
we'd
she
sit
beat my
there and
ass
we'd have a
again.
dinner as a family. Like, what the fuck are you
The
talking about,
important
bro?
family values.
Oh my God. I would I love the memes, right? It's like, oh, we need to get back to those old school family values. And it's like men coming home in the 50s to find one dish in the sink and it's them just socking the fuck out of the camera.
Listen,
Oh,
listen.
Jesus, man.
It's just fucking
Denial
funny.
is a river in Egypt. Your
Your
husband
husband
is
is
gay,
gay.
man. He's not hanging out with Rolf at the golf course because he can't stand you. They're fucking in the bathroom and not telling anybody about
In
it,
the
man.
locker room, babe.
In the locker, on the green,
On the
on
green.
the fairway, man. They're putting balls in holes, if you know what I
Oh
mean.
god.
But back on the subject of me being a certified itchy boy because eczema
He's
fucking sucks,
actively
right?
itching right now.
Oh no, I'm just scratching my leg because I had an actual scratch. There are these tiny spiders at work, right?
Mhm.
Because I deal with solar cable, right? And so it's a warehouse. Obviously, there's dust and all other irritants in the warehouse. Dust really doesn't get me. What does get me are there are these tiny little gray and black spiders, really tiny, about the size of a gnat, if you can believe me, and they will burrow into random, not burrow into you, but they will be in the cable.
Yeah.
They'll pop up out of tables.
We're
They'll
like,
be
"Hey, you
on
got a
your
nice
stuff.
place here."
And like I'll look, I'll be like, what is itching? And I'll look and one of the little fuckers is biting me. And it's
Oh.
so fucking terrible. And I hate it. I hate them. I feel bad for killing them, but I'm like, bro, you can't be crawling on me. You can't be doing that. Like I was sitting there and I was like, what is rubbing? I'm like, I felt something on my chin. And like I looked and there was a tiny spider in my hair. And I was like,
Oh.
oh, and I like grabbed it, like without thinking, I like grabbed my hair, crushed the spider and went like that. And I pulled my hair and I was like, ah, like I was just so angry. I was so
Yeah.
angry. I punched it was like, the thing that I used to roll is on like a
Yeah.
wooden table and I punched the table.
You said, "Fuck it."
I was like, I'm so sick of it, man. I just, but anyway,
Do you want to pivot to our songs of the week?
no, I think we got about 5 minutes left, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, some quick last minute housekeeping, right? We here at TSMP Enterprises. I'm kidding. But anyway, it's coming up on the year anniversary of the
I
podcast.
thought
We
it was in
started this,
October.
yeah, but you got to make announcements. You got to
Oh.
market yourself,
Oh.
hype it up. You know what
Oh.
I mean? Um, on August 15th, it'll be 1 year since we started the podcast. And while we're not going to go into a full reflection, right? We have a lot of fun doing this. We've really enjoyed the stuff we've learned about, running a show, making a show, trying to stick to a damn schedule, but life keeps kicking our ass.
Yep.
But our 1 year anniversary episode will be our official jump to video.
I'm very scared.
I am a bit too. We're both very camera shy. I feel like we've both really gotten into talking behind a microphone. You know what I mean? But it seems like one video is always going to be superior, and that's kind of what the algorithms push out more. But I feel like we'd have a lot more fun, right?
I don't
We'd be
know.
able to do a lot more. Well, because think about it, the setup that we're going to have, we'd have each our own
I'm
microphone
very
and
scared.
it'll be handheld. So we could talk more with our hands. We don't have to worry about bumping into stuff. We won't be as confined. And it opens up for more involved segments. We can actually show some of the things that we're talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm actually looking forward to the increased challenges of getting back into video editing. It's going to be nice to dust off some of those skills that I haven't used since I had my failed YouTube channel from back of the day, while at the same time learning how to apply certain animations because I want to have like our logos spinning in the bottom. You know what I mean?
Oh, like
Have
random
different
order?
little things. Yeah, like that. And then doing like, like let's play type edits, but on our show. I think that's going to be very fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But on that subject, so yeah, our year, whatever date and whatever we title as being our, year one wrap up is going to be our official jump into video. And we're also going to try to get more consistent with posting on TikTok. And it'll help us have more stuff for TikTok because we can just take clips
That's
and
true.
post it onto the profile.
That's true.
Like, I think it'll be a really positive change for our podcast. But with that, my love, can you lead us off into what your song of the week is?
My song of the week is Again by Alice in Chains off of the album Alice in Chains in 1995.
1995, eh?
I've been on a grunge kick. I'm turning into my mother. It happens to everybody. Love it.
You and your grunge
I love grunge.
genre?
I love grunge.
I don't know, like grunge for the time it was good, but I'm glad it kind of hasn't stuck around. Like there's some people that are trying to bring it back, but they
No.
kind of just sound like a discount
No,
goth ska
exactly. See,
band.
my thing is let the people who started grunge, they get grunge.
Yeah,
You don't get grunge.
that's true. For my song of the week, right? Like I said, it's the year about Freddie Gibbs. I'm exploring more of his collaborations with other
Oh, okay.
rappers. I'm going back more into his like early work, and I realized I heard this dude a lot sooner than I thought I did. From his stuff on GTA to just a few other songs off of his first few like mixtapes and albums and stuff like that. But my song comes from it's a little 3-pack, little mixtape. It was a collaboration that he did with Madlib. It's called the Diamond Mine Sessions. It's owned by Amazon. It's like an Amazon original 3-pack. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that,
Oh.
but it's on Spotify. And the song is Goddamn. And that's Gat with a GAT. And it's a nice song. It's different because he's rapping over like
Goddamn.
actual instruments.
Oh,
Well, it's
okay.
not gat. I'm like over it, but it's when you say like goddamn or some shit or
Yeah.
like goddamn,
Yeah.
like when I say that, I don't mean God.
Oh.
Damn, I mean goddamn.
Oh.
Because that's
This
just
whole
how I normally say it.
semantics. Fucking
Or like the
semantics.
stupid shit on TikTok where everyone's putting gyat, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because they're trying to say all that ass and not get reported.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Have you seen that chick that has like she like paints, right? But she's like day whatever of trying to publish my art and she starts out with her side profile and then
No.
rotates. Yeah.
Wrap it up.
No, like have you not I showed you one.
Oh, then I might have, yeah.
It's like it was like this weird abstract painting of like this. It was like this dude's face that was behind a desert dune, but whatever. But like she's stacked, right? And so she turns, and all the comments, nothing's about the art. It's just like GYAAT. They're just like God, like I'm seeing the goddamn point, or like oh my god, right? But anyway, we are gonna go watch Barbie right now. We got to get ready. Thank you guys for listening so much. Make sure you leave us a 5-star review, leave us a comment, and
Nothing
we will see
below
you
5
next time. Whoa, wait a
stars.
minute.
What?
Oh my god, I got to put it in the last 10 seconds. We got a reply from the last episode. Our main man Gene said what he hates is all the lobbying that people do to keep the tax system the way it is. See you guys next time.